I think I have enough transigen to do my full refines. Looks like I gotta wait a little bit on a rare, which is fine. But I got enough for full pull there. I still haven't made any of the containment. And I think that might be enough to get Mbenga's storybook upgraded to the next level when that finally comes through. A couple minutes ahead of schedule. I was attempting to do a Q's trial before, but I forgot about it. That was many hours ago. It is sometimes way too easy to get distracted about that stuff. Like, I didn't even get the notification that it failed. Like, I was not looking at the game at that time. As long as I keep on remembering to not use the jump button, because we got everything done that's necessary for that portion today. That's crazy, the amount of difference that the beam gets between the different hostels. Like, the non-faction ones don't do diddly. That was like 3 in a row in that one system. That leaves... Yeah. I guess that checks, because I did 4 of them. And technically I did one earlier. I started one earlier. I got my ship set up to be able to do the different things for today. Got everything pre-staged. So I'm gonna get the cube back, and I'm probably gonna let it go out to the Flashpoint systems and do some auto grinding with it. And then I'll do the Zindi amphibians and probably do Mirror Universe while that's getting assaulted. And then I might switch over my mining efforts. I need to do some Revenant solos and a solo wave. I have enough blueprints today that I get to unlock my GS31. So I might try to take that for a test drive at tier 1. I don't know if there was enough ship parts and stuff that were given out in the ARC to be able to do anything. I know that we had some of the research tokens. I ultimately don't have much expectation to be able to take it very far, but it'll be fun to use. I'll try like the 50 solo. I think one of the I think I got enough stuff right now for the research node to be able to increase the damage output, so I'll probably use that one first. And then be able to actually use the refinery option is going to be huge. Just seeing it sitting here as an option for the last, what, 4 months? 5 months? That's been a little bit of a tease. All right, get that reset. Reset this one while we're still in the system view here, and then go work on the NX-01. I looked at the scoring, and the scoring was only for 60 plus hostiles or whatever. Oh, that's full. So we'll recall. It was for 60 plus hostiles, so I just took it to the 60 system. I figured there wasn't any point in taking it out to the 62 or 64 or whatever the other two systems are. Figured just bring it out here, get my 20 hostiles, and bring it back. I can't remember for sure how many I can do in one trip on the others, the bigger systems. All right, so we did get the transition containment there from the 64 system. I don't know what the refine rate is on that thing. Oh, that's bad. I had 400 and I need 42,000. Yeah, that's worth it. That's kind of like an incidental thing that you'll just get eventually be able to do one pull. I think that's the only thing that I've seen that's been really fucked up in the refinery. You know, everything else about the Transigen refinery I've been a pretty big fan of. Yeah, just the containment sourcing and the vanguards are just the only two things that are really messed up there. Is it the despawn? I never could tell if those things are stuck or if they're kind of in that like camouflaged, hidden there but not there state. Was that all we needed for that, or was there more? That's all we needed for that one. Alright, since the ship's full, actually, let's try to knock out a couple of the battleships while we're up here. If I take a quick ride home, then I'm not out anything. Kind of a gain almost at that point. Otherwise, I could have gotten a chest off of them. Okay, transition containment in the chest isn't too bad. Okay, that's more reasonable. Like if I spend one hull to get half of what I need for a single pull. There's more of the refined rare and chances that some of the mastery artifacts. I'd say that's worth it for passive play. All right, so commons. Commons, I do need more. So I'm gonna send this ship up to get common. As long as I don't forget about it, it'll be fine. And then Mirror Universe. I get it to that 60 system. Mir Sharon. I guess I don't know if that was beneficial for the scoring or not. Yeah. It looked like it was probably just as close of a warp as getting up to the 55 system that I would normally go to. So I would normally come up to Mirror Car here. You know, that's 1, 2, 3 spots from there. That's 2. So it's reasonably the same or closer to go up to a higher level system. All right, Cube is dead. Okay, Kirshara, queue up some hostiles. Hi, Retro. How's it going tonight? Kirshara died immediately. Just tired. I hear that. It seems like it's been a kind of a, I don't know, like a weird weekend or something. Your Kirshara isn't working today? Mine's been pretty good. I was up grinding augments earlier and I didn't have any problems there, but yeah, like the second hostile that was set up to hit here just died on it. I don't know if we can blame Flashpoint things or not, but it's one of those things that it seems like it kind of might get interrupted when you're doing other activities in the game. Because like that was around the time that my cube died and I was repairing it. Sometimes that stuff seems to trip some kind of a reset trigger or something like that. But these things don't usually line up like this. Okay, let's find a mining node. That one's a bigger one. And then what else was the objectives for the day? Chronicle of the Ascendant is spend, upgrade materials. G6 only. I was kind of disappointed with that. I hit the button for Operation 67 and that didn't get me very much progress. Like, that was a large amount of resources. I mean, I know it's marked as a heroic, but like, I felt like that should have probably got it to like half. I mean, like an operations building, you know, that usually puts a big dent into those things. So I'm debating if I come back up here to the 70 system and try to grind out some speed ups and finish my operations building and try to do the academy. Or if I just sink all the materials into my 66 ship. Both are objectives that I have. So I wouldn't feel bad about spending in either one of those. Like ops, if I get my R&D department up to 67, there's some good research that opens up. But if I get my Piscari up to tier 9, then I get to level up my cube. I don't know which one is more important. The ship? Yeah. I might have to look and see what the researches are. I think it was a couple of like warp range researches for some of the specialty ships, which is one of those things where it's probably more convenient than it is useful. So the ship, I get a stronger ship, and then I get 2 stronger ships, I guess, if I do the one ship. So it should realistically have a better impact on my game, especially with how strong these Flashpoint hostiles have been. Having a little bit of extra ship strength would really come in handy sometimes. I didn't even catch that there was two of them right there. I also kind of caught that during the what it was the second day or whatever when they had the ship parts as the scoring mechanic for the Ascendant event. That the Borg Cube was a pretty good scoring opportunity there. So that might be like something worthwhile to like get the ship up to the next tier, but leaves like some components available to upgrade. Yeah, it's got 20 minutes left, so let's go to the mining system. I know I've got more stuff than I ever care to even have, so mining it might not be that important, but it's still a good use of time. Oh, which one was it? Altania and then Unroth. All right, that ship is now full. There was exocomps in the event store. Cargo. And then exocomps in the refinery. These are all specialty ship ones, though. There's nothing for generic faction ships. %50 damage, 200% defense. That ISO damage one might not be bad to run. Oh, that one's like perfect. So I want to make sure that I've got my fleet commanders set. To be able to do ship upgrades efficiently. I don't remember who has what. So I should probably load up Kirk. with gas cost efficiency. Hopefully it doesn't start charging rare right away. So we'll select that, upgrade. That's a pretty decent jump. He does buildings. Let's explore parts. So we got that selected already. The ship components are maxed. That's buildings. That's defense. Armadas. Air cost. I don't remember if any of these other officers have anything for ship efficiencies. Isogen data. Eclipse. Jem'Hadar. Parts dropped. Commander skill points. Oh, that's G4 and G5 components. Well, that's always applied. Damage against armadas. I don't think he would have anything. Okay, so we should have all the efficiency stuff up that we can have. Ooh, Admiral's event tickets for doing some fleet commander upgrades. I don't know how much I have available. So I've got parts, pretty good on parts. I'm sitting decent there. Tritanium. So shield health is 8%, 8% on hull. Couple percent on weapons. I should be able to do both shield and hull, so I'll start with that. That got me another, at least one tier. Yeah, that got me another, just over one tier. So to get the next 35 million points, that's 29,000 uncommon. Or 14,500 in rares. That is so much. That is so much to spend. Ah, son of a biscuit. My Picard maneuver failed. I didn't cancel the warp enough. It's one of those things, like, usually I'll smash the stop whenever it doesn't need it, but I'll only hit it once whenever I needed to smash it. Never fails. What do I have in reserves now? So 70,000 titanium. That's not going to be able. Well, that would be enough to upgrade the cargo bay. But that's 867. So that's not really going to score any points. So if it's not enough to move the needle, then it's not worth doing. Now there is a solo leaderboard associated with this one too. So it may be worthwhile to spend a little bit more to keep position to be able to get the extra 5 shards. Did I do it again? I did, didn't I? I mean, that's better than having these things get killed. Because then I'm wasting time instead of titanium. All right, how much time do I have until I can get GS31? 30 minutes. Okay. It stopped this time. Okay, so that'll be what, roughly 5.8 million, 5.6 million. Oh, the refinery, transition refinery. Okay, so that'll give me tomorrow's pull. And then I'll need to do a round of uncommon. And I'll still need to do a visit of rare. And that'll have my pulls covered for tomorrow. And then any other events for today? I just did Shuttle Bay research. I should have looked at the event calendar. I did Shuttle Bay research for the power gain one. I've just been sitting on a bunch of that stuff. Did I get the Zindi for the Ferengi Pass? I did. I just did that one. I just got finished with that one, actually. But hello, Lord. Is Carrion? How is it going tonight? AFK? Oh, that's understandable. It's really worth asking, because having events in 4 different spots is more than confusing. I've still got to do the Vanguard, or the Honor Guard, kill the Huraks. I still have that one up. But I honestly don't even know if I'm gonna make an attempt at it. I like the buckets as long as the buckets are all in the same spot. Because now we not only have buckets, but we've got tabs with buckets. And I don't really consider this to be like a battle pass kind of thing. Like, in my head, this doesn't tie in with the territory battle pass, or it doesn't tie in with the wave defense battle pass. Yeah. The good thing is, like, for the most part, the season pass ones, you don't have to be 100% attentive to them. This Ferengi exchange one, I'm guessing maybe to get the overflow, which the overflow being here is weird too. Like, in order to get all the overflow points, you might have to be able to do every single event. I'm not even 100% sure on that. But like, I don't think that store is like that make or break it. Like the Ferengi exchange tokens. I wouldn't be sad not to get any more of these, honestly. The exchange rate for the Transigen Forge building stuff is atrocious. Being able to get some more officer shards, yeah, maybe. I've been putting most of mine into the mastery artifacts. I did do the regular battle pass. I don't like the Flashpoint events, but I actually do like the Transigen refinery and the mastery artifacts and that whole portion of the loop. Like when Flashpoint comes back next week, I might be very, very lightly engaged in it. Like I said, I'm not gonna even probably do any of the Hurak Honor Guard Vanguard portion of things. I don't think there's enough benefit here for it. I think everything is screwed up so bad on the scoring and the point system in this that it's not worth the effort. And I hope Copley's going to make adjustments. And I think that there's a stronger chance that these directives are going to be worth a lot more next month than they are today, or maybe even next week if they make other adjustments. But I don't think what I'm doing with the directives that I'm going to be able to get are worth it right now. These events are forgettable. Very, very, very forgettable. Everything here, I'm okay with. This whole Flashpoint event tab can go away, as far as I'm concerned. They've done a large portion of the player base dirty with Transigen with the hazard systems. You know, like I can definitely see like if they did like the 55 plus systems to have the hazards in there, because you know, like higher level systems, higher level refining, or higher level mining rates and stuff like that. You know, that works better towards higher level players that have to refine a lot more things. I didn't like the Mirror Universe when it came out. Now I love it. There for many reasons. Maybe this new stuff will grow on me. I mean, as soon as everybody has a fair shake at being able to have hazard resistance, you know, like I think the majority of the player base is probably gonna be all right with the Transigen. Flashpoints, I don't think they have an opportunity to be able to fix Flashpoints very much. But I mean, the mastery artifacts they're pretty good. It's a great way to catch up on all these other artifacts. I mean, and to be honest, like everything, so much of this is riding on the common Transigen, and it's almost like difficult to spend it all. Because like even with getting all of the artifacts and stuff, I still have 11,000 of this stuff right now, and I'm pulling every single one of these artifacts every day at this point. Like it's a really decent catch-up mechanic. The rares, you got to be a little more a little more selective on. The uncommon isn't even that bad. Now that might change a little bit because we are getting some of that stuff in the events. So that might change a little bit once the events go away. But by the time that happens, we're gonna have the buildings upgraded to the point where we're getting higher refine rates, and it's gonna be less time involved sitting on nodes anyways. And honestly, the only reason I'm even doing this portion here is because I haven't had the opportunity to get any of the containment stuff before because I wasn't able to kill any of the hostiles that carried it. Now I can. So I can get my opportunity to do my first refine in it. Is there a lot of value here? No. There's truly not. But it's there. I can do it. I kind of want to get every bit of refined rare as I can at this point, just to keep feeding those mastery artifacts. I've got 4 of them unlocked so far, or 3. I've got 3 of them unlocked so far. So I need to work on the gong, get that unlocked. Like, it's probably not even... I mean, that's PvP, so I don't really care about it that much. But I just want to get it done. And Mega Storybook I'm most interested in because it's got Sigma speedups, and those Sigma speedups are awesome. Your building is 21 now? Yeah, I did the $99 battle pass to be able to get the extra parts. Because like I said, I was really interested in the refinery here. And so yeah, I'm at 33, almost 34 at this, or can be 34 at this point. Which I don't know if it's like $100 worth of extra. Because that's going from 4,900% to 6,100. So it's a... what was that? Roughly 25% uplift. But it made the loop easier for me, and I was willing to pay that $70 convenience fee. I don't remember what else was included in that. I think it might have been some of the Vanguard directives. Which I had done. I had tried a couple of them last week just to see where the where my abilities were at with those. Okay, so that was 2, 3. I think that was 3 hulls. 3 hulls to get 1 pull here. I did not get any of the artifact shards. But I was able to get my rare refined. I'm gonna have to do a wave defense to be able to get those last 2 blueprints, ain't I? I don't know if 190 is enough to get 2 blueprints. I'm gonna be slightly sad if that's the case, but I'll be okay with it overall. I guess that wouldn't be a bad idea to have like a comparison of trying to do one with the without the GS31 and then doing one with the GS31. Kind of be able to take like a before and after shot. I need to do a quick run into augment space. To go get some common splicers. Get that out of the way. I think everything else is pretty good. Yeah, I can even do a couple of the cons mission trial things. I think I can do 2 of them, I guess. I shouldn't say that I can do 2 of them. Nice, I juked. I juked the enemy. That is one of the things that's been really beneficial with the Flashpoint being as rough as it has been, is I've been able to keep on giving augment attention and keep progress going there. I mean, if it wasn't for like the little bit of gains from the Reliant and the refinery, I was wondering if it was even worth trying to keep accumulating blueprints for it. It seems weird to get so far through a loop without the specialty ship for it to go back and get the specialty ship after you've like pretty much got everything wrapped up that you need out of it. I should have taken my coronar in here. Okay, I think this is enough. It gives me enough to do my pull tonight and then a jump start on what I need for tomorrow. I have a feeling that I'm gonna have some free time tomorrow when I'm not doing Flashpoint events again. All right, let's go into the faction stores. Run down these claims really quick. And then if I still need to wait a little bit more to be able to get the GS31, I still need to do some Revenant Armadas too. That's almost halfway on the Reliant. Well, I need to do Krenim solos too really soon. I don't know what the cost is for pick Q on my next rank up, but I am hanging on to as many of those epic credits as I can. Oh, I do have enough. I don't think I can do anything else in here at this point, but let's start the GS31 build. Double check the loop notes. Apex Shred, increased damage versus Apex Raider hostiles, gravitational blast. Is the ultimate Apex barrier hostile killer, providing significant advantage in solo wave defense. Activate, fire devastating beam attack that damages player ships and non-armada hostiles. The primary target is a hostile. The beam splits to hit additional hostiles. Use it to deploy multiple targets. Use to destroy Apex Raider hostiles and elite solo waves. Earn recon data to access things in the refinery. I've been doing elite solos, so I should have a pretty decent start there, I hope. GS31 parts and covert modifications to upgrade the ship, officer shards, and ship parts. I kind of want to put, like... Which Scotty is that? The Montgomery Scott, or was that TOS? TOS Scotty, the garbage scow. I always want to put him on that ship just for that ability. Which I don't know if there's any officers that actually boost it or not. It would have been a neat trick from one of the Section 31 folks. don't even remember where some of those folks tie in. And Rachel Garrett's with the NT crew. Interesting. Let's run through DTI quick. Just so we've got that finished off, then all we have to come back here for is section 31 after we do a solo wave or two. I haven't gotten any of the away teams assignments that pay out any of these axionic chips in a while. I feel like I'm just barely keeping my head above water with those. No, I don't have to build the ship. I want to finish the ship. Ooh, she's an ugly beast. Okay, that's a pretty decent starting point. Go check out the refinery before we even do any upgrades. So I have 43,000 of the recon data. So that gives... Oh, that's right. This was the parts acquisition beast. I forgot about that. Okay, so we've got plenty to do double pulls here. And then we can do our single pull here. And then the parts turn in from the strong box. Now, I'm probably not going to do the ship parts yet, because I have a feeling that I'll want to have the ship tiered up a little bit, make them worthwhile. So, gravitational blast. So it starts off at 4.5 million. So increase apex shred. Increase base damage against apex raiders. Increases apex shred against raiders. Oh. That's 25 and then 115,000. Okay, so the apex shred is going up with each level. Marked for disposal, I'm guessing, is a tier. So my first thought is I want to make sure that I can warp or enter into the 50 elites, which it looks like we can. I didn't know if that was tied to a warp range or not. So being as a lot of this is based on damage ability, I'm going to make sure that I upgrade weapons first. All right, so it's got a charge of 1 and recharge of 1, shots 2. Charge of 1, recharge of 1, shots 2. So the top 2 guns will be probably more impactful to have an update. Because that should get the damage amplification to the best. Okay. So I'd hoped that we'd be able to get a couple of levels out of the, or like maybe a tier out of the stuff that we had, but didn't convert to what I had hoped for. So that'll just be some time. Hopefully that's not much. Hopefully it's not as bad as like the Vindicator has been. All right, so that's an interceptor. I might have to make some adjustments to these crews now. Okay, so that one's... This one's got ISO build. And hull breach. Okay, so that's gonna actually be laid out pretty good. Battleships will be on ship B, but there's a chance that this one might do a sweep if the GS-31 does not hold up at all. All right, and research. So I didn't know if there was going to be any extra things to be able to make it worthwhile for this. All right, so increases critical chance against players weakened by the gravitational blast. No. So getting the extra 60 million damage here is probably going to be... my primary focus. The holding out for the increasing the number of hostiles probably isn't worthwhile. But being able to lay down more damage probably is. I should have looked to see what this one opened up behind it here. Alright, so that's increasing damage against players. Players. Okay, so that's all doing PvP things. So the only things that I'm really gonna focus on is like these three. All right, let's try this solo Elite 50. I'm still gonna do a fortify on my big ships. I should have tried this out before entering here. Okay, so it looks like it took out that ship. And then it's like 6 minutes for refresh. One of the other things I forgot to double check was to see what the speed was like. Seeing that I'm starting to lose shields. But it's holding up pretty decent, actually. It's doing better than I expected for tier 1. Like I didn't have any real expectations for it at all. All right, so we're gonna die on this one. See if we can nab that on the way. Okay, down to 2 ships. Yeah, almost got enough through for that. don't think these ships survive this wave anyways. But that's good. It's a good that's a good run for, like I said, tier 1 of that ship. Now, does this ability update the research that we did? So tier 1 is 4.5, and I added 60? I don't know if it'll show it. It gets kind of tricky with the cube beam one too. But this one doesn't display the effective damage that it does. So I increased by 75 million. So in that final round of battle, they have 738 million. But then there's a damage amplification that happens. That's weird that it shows station victory. That's 28 million. The beam did 79.5. Okay, so that's just on the ship's guns. Having to select it feels weird to have to select it. Okay, so we get 3 off the bat. And then like the Borg cube, the stuff ends up going into our cargo hold. Collect all of these. Come on. Alright, so our away team's reset gave us 2 okay missions. That reset time is interesting. So 79.5 million. I thought maybe I had freebooters in here, but I don't. Okay, so we're just a little short of being able to do the level 40 augment ship still. So that must place us in the 30s? That doesn't sound right. I suppose these are going to be way weaker just because they're not new. It's an interesting area. I kind of wish that beam would just work against like the closest 3. That'd be something good to do as a passive thing, leaving that sit in the system and going back and just hitting the beam button every 6 minutes. Okay, so one of the guys is running a Revenant Armada anyways, so let's go help him with his polygon and then go do solos afterwards. I don't remember if... I think 62 was just in reach. Interesting. He doesn't let this run the full 15 minutes. Should have looked. I think I had the ability to do one of the ship upgrades. Or do I need to do... No, I need to do the solo so that I can do the pull, so that I can do the upgrade. The heck is our territory? Man, that 63 is a pretty big jump. So I think I have like half hull left when I do these now. No, that was more. Did I do the 60? I can't even make the 64 system yet. That must have been without boost. Or I had done a couple upgrades. These are pretty rough respawn rates. All right, so these are 3.2s. So they're the same as what we're doing here. Can I get the Cerritos and Titan to the 64? No, those both got to go there. Okay, so I will reload, do a repair on this, see what I can do for the refinery and upgrades. So I should be able to do the warp drive upgrade. So I should be able to get to the 64 system and try it out from there. If I can do 5 of the 62s, I should be able to do 1 of the 64s, I would think. It's usually been a fairly reliable conversion ratio in the game. Okay, so that gives me enough to do the double pull. Which I didn't have enough to do a single pull. So I can do a double. I can afford to do the double pull here for sure. So I can do my warp engine upgrade, and that leaves nothing else extra. But I can do the next weapon probably in like 2 days. So we'll jump back up to the 62. Actually, just for curiosity's sake. Okay, I was thinking I might be able to get up to the 68 system. That doesn't look to be the case, so I'll have to make sure I keep Grush handy if I want to go there. Because then I can call my polygons there when I've got the support. All right, boosted, go to the 64 system and hope for success. Dr. Iron Chef, thank you for the raid.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
How was your stream? Welcome in, Raiders. Thank you for the follows, Major Samo, My Makalia, aloha, Dr. Iron Chef. Thank you for the bits. DJ Cash, hello. Aloha. Aloha, Tiberius. How's it going tonight? Madge Mad, thank you for the follow. You are just witnessing my attempt to push my limits on my Revenant that I just got up to Mark III the other night. I'm hoping for the best. And I also just got the GS31 and made my first attempt at an elite solo with that ship. Wasn't very successful. It made it out until like wave 3, but I was really thrilled to see that it was able to hang in there pretty good for being just a tier 1 ship. And a little bit of excitement to be able to see the ability in action with that. So I'm really excited to start on the journey with the GS31. There's been a long road accumulating the blueprints for that, and it is very, very, very looking forward to seeing what possibilities I have with that in the game. Okay, so 64s are out of reach for me. But anyways, I probably should introduce myself. Hi, I'm Cottontail. I am on server 34, Ops 66. I've been playing the game for 6 years and just been kind of cruising along and enjoying all the little fun things that have been adding into the game. the the Flashpoint events have been a little bit on the disappointing side, but as an overall feature, I think the transigen loop has been a pretty good addition. I love the mastery artifacts and getting the sourcing options for them, and kind of just being able to work through getting all that stuff updated and get caught up on some of the other older artifacts, and really get into doing some of the stuff that I've been able to start but haven't been able to complete. Getting some of these catch-up mechanics and stuff like that has been pretty good. I like that. Okay, well, can't do the 64s, so I'll have to stock up on the 62s. Push that as far as I can. It's a little disappointing, but it's still kind of a freshish Mark III. I mean, I can't really expect to be deep into the 60s, into the 3.2 poly or 3.2 solos, just off of the first tier of Mark III. But it's been a little bit of a shock to see how much the refinery costs have been increasing. I know some of my alliance mates that have had the Revenant for a little bit longer time and have had an opportunity to get it leveled up have been kind of warning about that. And I kind of figured it was going to be, like a little bit deeper into Mark III territory, that things were going to be getting a little bit tougher, but it it seemed pretty early that it's knocking down resources pretty fast, chewing through them pretty quick. But I just unlocked the ability to be able to get up to the 68 system with the Revenant, so I'm hoping that I can be able to start more of the Armadas up there and work on some of the research for getting like some of the additional power and payouts and stuff out of that. Okay, so that's under the limit for getting the directives next week. So I'm going to leave that there because I want to have that at that as a minimum. 1400. So how's everyone's servers doing with the flashpoints? Thank you for the follow, Gumby, damn it. That is an awesome username. Server 34 here. We have, what is it? It's the second milestone in stage 2 or stage 3 here. No, we haven't even gotten the first milestone in stage. No, that's the SMS. They keep on jumping around as things happen. But we haven't even cleared the first milestone on the IMS. I don't think there's going to be much effort put towards completing much past that. Just under 1 milestone. It's I kind of anticipate that there's going to be a lot of servers in that area where there's not going to be a lot of effort put towards it. I don't mind doing like the drop ships, but the Vanguard stuff seems really not worth it. Server 49 is almost the first milestone on 3rd stage. And I don't know how much effort people are really putting in towards it, if it's like the goals are that hard to reach, or if it's just low engagement, but I mean, I guess 780 points, that's hard to say how it really breaks down, but 390 at most, that's 390 of the invading entities that have been attacked. Like that's a low number, and I get that there's a possibility that people might have done it like yesterday and doing their solo milestones, but 112 is just about to finish the 2nd milestone. So 112 is doing pretty good with it. Yeah, I also kind of made that same decision, that it's not something that I think is worth prioritizing. It would kind of depend, I guess, a little bit on how many of the directives. Oh, where do they put those ones? Is that others? I'm expecting it to be at the bottom of the list. I don't know if that makes too much sense or not, but that would make too much sense, apparently. So I could do 9 of the rares and 4 of the epics. That's not even enough points to be able to clear my portion of my SMS. I don't think. Or if it is, it would be like just enough. I have a feeling things are screwed up so much right now that they're going to be making a rebalance on this. And I have a feeling these directives are going to hold more value later than they do currently. That's my hope. I don't feel like I'm going to miss out on enough of anything to be able to put the effort in. Because I think I was just able to do the 60s. I know I can do the 60s. I don't know about the 63s. So like I would have just enough rare directives to probably be able to finish the event out. Yeah, I did a 60 before, obviously, because that's 610 points that are on the board. So I'd have to do all 9 of my rares and then 1 epic to be able to finish out the event in the 60s. And I don't think 10 of them is worth it. Thank you for the follow, Vikings Death. Because the win here is... Well, that's 612, 18,000 of the store loot. I have mixed feelings about the arc. Transigen, mining, refinery, love it, absolutely love it. Flashpoint, big turd. Big turd. So like those 18,000. So if I complete that SMS, that's 3 epic directives or 3 epic officer shards. But how are you feeling about it, Viking Sith? Flashpoint IMS is poor. The Flashpoint IMS is just ridiculous. SMS and SLBs are not so bad. Yeah, I could definitely agree. The SMS isn't so bad. The SLB, I've actually surprised like where I've been sitting on the XSLBs here, because you know normally these ones are really, really, really competitive, and what would this be? I was probably doing dropships in the 64 system. So I've killed maybe 200 ships. And you know, like I have a paying position in the event. I am looking forward to getting the jump drive thing for sure. And yes, being able to catch up on some of the older artifacts is amazing. Like, we're getting enough stuff to be able to really just kill it on those, get those things maxed out, get them, take full advantage of them. And I like the new mastery ones where they've got that little extra flip where you're getting some extra resources, extra ship parts, extra materials, extra speed ups. I mean, that's been very nice. The Flashpoint objectives, yeah, they're I don't think having a week or like 2 or 3 days of like heavy repetitive grinding is that bad. You know, you can power through it, but when you're doing that 3-4 weeks in a row, it becomes excessive. Like I was very much into this the first run. I thought it was a pretty decent mechanic. I know that the stuff was really, really hard. The scoring is screwed up. Scopely pretty much admitted that right away, that they kind of missed the mark on that. And, you know, they said they were going to make the adjustments to it, and they made their adjustments. And I think that they are a lot better. But, you know, had grind heavy over the last couple of months and back to grind heavy again this month, and then having to deal with the mining with killing chasers and the um the hazard damage and stuff like that. It's introducing a lot of more difficult concepts all at once to everybody. Now, being as they were planning on taking 6 months for this, like there could be a build up, like we could have started with mining or we could have started with the hostels and kind of worked into some of the extra stuff and kind of been introduced to this slowly and kind of built up. Like some of these goals and milestones, like I could see these being, like month 5, month 6 milestones, but like month 1, day 1. No. No, we need to get eased into some of those things. And communication's been a little bit light too, I think. They've they've kind of retreated it a little bit, turtled up maybe. Which I think they're thank you, DJs. The best part about it is the way that it's graying out, I think, is it's kind of doing like a natural highlight. Thank you for the follow, Candy White. And DJs. Howdy, howdy. How's it going tonight? Every time my screen goes back to the Flashpoint events, it's just a little irritation that pops up. The rest of the stuff hasn't been too bad. This Chronicle of the Ascendant one has been... They did a great job on labeling it as heroic. Got your fill of in-game STFC and now playing Hollow Knight? Nice. I'm going to do like what DJs was doing earlier, and I'm probably going to end up going out and grinding some more Augment Reputation. Because I am still chasing my Joachim maxed up. The only other thing that I've really got on my list of things that would be worthwhile to do is like some Krenim solos. But I feel like there might be a reason to wait off on that for a couple of days. Maybe. I just get that feeling that, you know, like as soon as you do something, it event pops like the next day kind of thing. So I'm kind of holding off as long as I can. Yeah, I don't have the Reliant yet. That's I was talking about that earlier. Like it's kind of at the point where I question if by the time I actually get it, if I feel like I'm gonna need it. Like there's a significant benefit to having some of like the refinery options or the faction redemption options that it opens up. I don't think any of them are like super game breaking, but you know, like all of the extra stuff is going to be a benefit for sure. It's one of those things. It's not going to help me with the loop because I'm probably going to be pretty much done with the loop itself, but it's definitely going to help me with, you know, like some of the extra sourcing things here, you know. And then the only real continual portion of that is like some of the officer shards and stuff there. Almost as superior just from auto grinding. Yeah, that would definitely be the one thing that I kind of felt a little jealousy over is seeing some of these guys sitting in the same system auto grinding, and I'm sitting there hitting them, and it's like, you know, like that's just a little bit of a disadvantage to me, but it's I don't know, I feel like it's one of the more enjoyable loops that I've been involved in the game in a while. I kind of like I don't even know what I like about it. It's probably there's a little bit of extra satisfaction because one chest allows you to open a second chest, which allows you to open a third chest. So like it feels like there's a little bit extra value in it because, you know, like every little bit of something that I get, every hostile that I kill gives me the ability to open up like 9 things overall. And then yes, it turns into champions directives and being able to do the little mission thingy and getting fleet commander upgrades and all that extra goodness that comes with that too. So I feel like the effort that gets put in this loop has been almost exponential in its output, especially since they went after they rebalanced things with the splicers, putting everything back into that and increasing the commons and stuff like that outside of the 40 systems. That's probably one of the things that makes Flashpoints feel as rough as it is I think they did really good with the Wrath of Khan stuff. Yeah, that's a very good point. The if people are frustrated in what's available to them in the current loop, go back and do something else that's of good advantage. You know, like I've been working on my Revenant, getting my Revenant upgraded, and continuing to work here. Like I'm trying to make sure, at least at a minimum, I'm trying to make sure that every day that I have my chest redemption, that I'm able to do my double chest pulls. Just to keep everything pushing forward. Especially on days like today when I know I'm not doing any of the Flashpoint event. Like I have a really great opportunity to be able to catch up on some of this stuff. Like, you know, even doing like the Mirror Universe, I've learned that, you know, going out and getting into the systems where you gain some of the faction reputation is a good advantage too. I'm not chasing faction reputation at this time, but it never hurts to get a little bit extra. I shouldn't say it never hurts. It can be it can be a little bit of a pain. Hi Sniper, how are you doing tonight? Yeah, this month has been a very good example of the bad job. The worst part about it is, like, you get used to doing the mining and having the mining be a passive activity. You know, even if it's just as simple as just being able to bring your ship into the system, and leave it sit there. But I mean, with the hazards, you know, a lot of the players can't even just leave a ship sit there and, you know, wait for a node to become free, or just even mine out a complete node. Today's first run to 60 mirrors. Yeah, the 60 systems are a really good spot to be able to get things. I mean, there's good reputation there. There's good ship parts. Fresh 59. 59's one of the 59's kind of a scary spot because you get to some of those expectations of being able to do. I shouldn't even say it like that. You get used to being able to do things, and then you make the jump to 61, and then everything changes. That's where things get interesting. Not even just the Sigma side of things, but like just the change to the way that the hostiles work and their abilities and strength and everything. Just such a significant change. Park at 60 till cap raise. It's probably not a bad idea. Like, I'm not generally an advocate for sitting, but you definitely need to be prepared for the jump. Because like if you can't have your G5 epic up where you need it to be able to do dailies and stuff, then you're gonna be at a very, very strong disadvantage very quickly. I shouldn't say that. You'll get frustrated very quickly. Not really that big of a disadvantage. And it's mainly the warp times. It's mainly the warp times that'll be frustrating. But as long as you're not sending ships into hazard systems, you know, like where you forget about them and they blow up, and you have to resend them and forget about them again and they blow up. As long as you don't forget them in a hazard system, you're usually good. I stopped counting during the first transigen mining event. I ended up I stopped counting at 12 of my Selkies dying. I ended up blowing basically like a whole 1 or 2 components worth of titanium just in ship repairs from letting it blow up to the hostiles because I forgot about them. I have definitely learned that one is to send it to either one system away, whether it's one system deeper or one system closer, and then returning back to it. And kind of get a little bit of a get a little bit spoiled now with the cube and having the jump drive on that, because then I can just jump up to one of those systems, knock out my hostiles real quick, and then you know, let it warp back. That's why 60 mirror is important. That's fair. Yeah, especially when it comes to faction rep grinding. There's not much use for people to be grinding rep in regular faction systems unless you're trying to decrease rep, I guess. Faction credits too. I don't even pay attention to them that much anymore. I think the Voyager loop kind of shifted some of my thoughts around that and getting them and availability of them and everything. Because ever since like Voyagers came out, like it's been really difficult for me to get into a pinch with faction credits. But I'm also not one of those players that builds multiple ships in each of the generations too. Like I won't build 3 G5 uncommons or 3 G6 uncommons or anything like that. And so like a lot of times I'll switch off factions as I'm going. So like I'll do a ship, like my 63 ship would be typically be like a Romulan ship, and then my 66 ship would be like a Federation ship, and then like my 70 ship would end up being like a Klingon ship, just to spread the load out a little bit, which was a really, really strong tactic because like you could do research focused on battleships, and like chase the battleships through the different factions. But then they started introducing those events where you had to kill specific hostiles with a specific ship type, and that kind of made that a little more difficult, and it became a little more difficult to kind of spread things out that kind of a way. So had to generalize a little bit more. Yeah, ISS jelly scrap is that's a well-paying loop. I'm very interested to see what the numbers look like on some of the G5 scrapping things, and like see what some of the value is there, because with all the research and stuff that's packed behind it, I feel like maybe it'll feel a little bit better than like some of the G4 stuff was. It takes 4 ISS jellies to max an Enterprise A to be able to max an Enterprise D. That is so attainable for so much of the player population. I had no idea that path was that well laid out. I think I had gotten pretty fortunate through like my G5 life. I didn't have I don't think I really had any battleships. No, I had the Vorcha. I got that right off the bat. And then I kind of got that up to like tier 6 probably, and left that there. And then as I went, I was able to just keep on accumulating things. So by the time I got to 60, the Dex was really easy to scrap. Or no, it was the that's what I did, the G4. I built a Tribune because I didn't have any battleships in G4, so pretty much all my G4 parts had been able to be saved up. So I was able to build a Tribune to feed the Dex. And I was able to max that out almost right away. Like, it worked out really slick. At the moment, you can only reach 60 hostile, farm them for daily, and take with the Sanctus only a bit of damage, getting boring. Yeah, that definitely changes at 61. Yeah, it's really stupid, like how you can just hit just almost an unlimited amount of hostiles. It's probably better now with the like Apex barrier and stuff being in the game. Like even some of the fleet commanders and stuff with probably being able to reduce damage. there's a lot of difference in the game in the last year, 2 years, however long it's been with G6 has been in here. It's been 2 years already. Well, a year and a half. Except for Khan, you got all 4 and 4 slots. Got all fleet commanders in 4 slots. Yeah, that's kind of the frustrating thing, is having to make the decisions because not enough slots. That's always one of the things that I struggle with, is it's like, I don't like to have to think about changing these officers. I've got 5 slots. Like, I don't like having to think about changing these out. Just because there's so many different abilities, and trying to picture, you know, like which ones have enough general use and which ones you're used to having up there, so that you don't forget to need them. You know, like if you're going to upgrade forbidden tech or even some of the buildings, you know, like forgetting that some of those abilities are tied to that, and you know, like some of the efficiencies that you kind of count on having. It can be a little bit of frustration to realize that you didn't have the correct commander slotted and lost efficiency before doing some upgrades or something like that. Well, that was another thing that was kind of frustrating people with Flashpoints, was the hostile cap. It'll be really interesting to see what kind of adjustments they make in the coming months. Because I think if there's not much that changes from this month to next month, they're gonna end up having a pretty significant drop in engagement. With hazards, it's a 60. I think you could probably say 62 plus. Because I think the Selkie kind of has enough ability. It doesn't help with the hostiles very much, but it helps with the mining side of things. Because that's another thing that's frustrating too, because like my cube doesn't have much resistance, and the amount of damage that I take from the hazard is probably 2 to 1 of what I take from the hostiles. So I can only do about one third of the hostiles in the 64 system of what I should be able to do. There's a lot of they missed the mark a lot with the hazards. I mean, there's gonna be some kind of prime or ship skins or something that's gonna add extra hazard resistance next month, I'm sure. It is your duty to prove that they did wrong and players will ignore the arc. I think that's something that you won't get a lot of disagreement with. I mean, the toughest part about it might be them trying to figure out, you know, what they can actually do to really remedy it. Because it needs a significant overhaul. It's very much a half-baked idea. Like, this should have never launched without some method for G4 and G5 players to have hazard resistance or tokens. Yeah, the fact that they don't have the tokens available is just asinine. That was like one of the things that really caught me off guard, is like there wasn't a chance for it. There wasn't a you know, like a refinery chance, even like a 20% chance or something really low where you'd be able to get some, or even like a weekly claim move too. A big benefit for the streamer. These kind of arcs are definitely high engagement areas for the content creators around this content. Just, you know, being able to lean on the content creators that have Scopely's ear to be able to share your frustrations and, you know, be able to give them good feedback that they can bring back to Scopely and share some of those creative ideas, because there's enough members of this community that somebody's got good ideas and good solutions. less time to play and more time to watch. Yeah, that's very true. Simple common chaos tech with plus 20% hazard protection. That's free to play, achievable, would have been enough. It definitely would have been, and like they have that tech available. It's not available to the right player base. I don't even know if it's available for free or not, but like they've got something built. Like they had the right idea, they just had the incorrect implementation of it. Even if it's like one of those source in 60-day things, I mean, as long as you give players the opportunity to get something and know their timeline to be able to get it, like they can set expectations and have a destination that has a bright light behind it. Right now, there is no destination, there is no bright light. They see the turd in front of them and they don't see a path around it without having to walk through it. Oh yeah, I very much doubt that it's free. I mean, there's very little that can be sourced for free when it comes to like specific things. The epic things give the hazard research particles. Yeah, there's no shards for that in the exchange. The event store also does not contain any shards for that. Like, I don't even know if that's something that like a G5 or G4 player would be able to see. That was a chaos tech. Which one was it? That one? No. Omega. The stasis? The stasis globe. So I hit acquire and it brings me to Continuum. I feel like that is overly generous. Unless there's a thing in the Continuum that I'm not aware of yet that lets you purchase any of the chaos tech from your resources. Doesn't even show you the preview of the Borg Type 3 loot. Yeah. I mean, it'll be one of those things that eventually shows up in event store. Like, this will probably be... I wonder if they're gonna wait all the way till December, November, December to have the event store, or if they're gonna have something like this available in like the Flashpoint event store, like next month or something. Thank you for the follow, Swade. That's very true. They need to make their money off of it, which is fair. I mean, this game does need to have revenue to be able to be a game. But it's one of those things where the right members of the player base would benefit from it more than the ones that are going to purchase it. Like, I don't even honestly know if like a level 70 would truly benefit from any significant amount of that kind of hazard resistance. It'd be great to be able to get multiple of them. You're only limited to one. Yeah, that's one of the things that I keep on wondering about some of these techs staying in like the faction stores and stuff is kind of like, oh, you can get a second one of this maybe, but then you kind of just realize, oh no, they're just not coding the things that have been removed from things that have been built and purchased already from their stores. I mean, I don't know if something like the text, like I understand having singularity kind of makes it more of a strategy item, and it would be nice to have some of them in multiples for sure. Some of them, they wouldn't really matter. You love the random thoughts. Thank you. I thought that was kind of a neat little thing to throw in just for building up some chat activity. It was something I was really using when I was first starting, just to get me used to looking at chat and just even being able to give me a talking point when I didn't have anything else to talk about. It was kind of almost like a cue card, I guess. But I do need to add some more into the list. I don't remember how long it is, but there's a limited number, and it seems like there's a higher frequency of certain ones. I wonder if I can see. I'd probably have to save the information from the stream. That would be something worth looking at one time, is to go back through a couple of streams and see the frequency that they occur at, to see if any numbers are overly randomly generated. Because a couple of them seem like the 5% fail chance on away teams assignments, where you have like a 95% chance of hitting the 5% failure rate. Or when upgrading the forbidden tech. some of those rates, they come through excessively heavy. Like they're weighted on the small percentage chances. Because like with the priority 1 ATAs, like I think if I haven't had at least 85%, I've failed all but one of them. I mean, that's probably like 12 to 15 of them that I had failed. Because I approached the P1 ATAs very, very, very wrongly when it started. And I used the auto assign button and was chasing the crit chance percentages. And kind of one day it just clicked on me. I was like, you know, like with all these that you're failing, you're making zero progress towards getting any of the Pioneer credits to be able to do any of the research, to be able to do any of the things. And then I kind of took a look at the way that the P1 ATAs were set up, and it's like, oh, the crit chance doesn't even really have that great of payout compared to just the normal chance items. Because I feel like the regular ATAs, like there's a very strong incentive to chase that crit percentage chance. But the priority ones, like most of those, I don't think really have a lot of value on the crit. Not to the sacrifice of the overall percentage, at least. And maybe catching up on some of the officers might help some of that. I feel like I've done a pretty decent job of keeping up on research and everything, but I haven't been able to get one of those P1 ATAs to 100% yet. Like this one, I think I can get into the 90s really well. Well, that one I might be able to 100%. Okay. That's one that I might be able to get away with trying to do some crit percentage, but even still, it's the 3 officer shards. Those are pretty okay. Like, I wouldn't mind those. The ship parts, I'm kind of take it or leave it on that. It's kind of the same thing here. I mean, 60 rare isn't that bad. It's not gonna be a game changer for the most part. Not compared to getting 2,000 of the Pioneer credits. But I think there was a mission that I had seen that had the Pioneer credits on the crit side too. I don't know if that's one that I have gotten or not. But that's also one of the things I need to do is I need to work on the away teams traits for officers that are up in the P1 ATAs. I've been trying to focus on that a little bit, but then I've been finding that a lot of that's in the new officers, and a lot of the new officers are pretty valuable. So having them missing from crew loadouts is kind of tough. It's an interesting balancing game to try to find that that spot, whether they're more advantageous to have on a ship or more advantageous to have on an away team. Man, I just screwed up bad. I did shuttle bay research the other day, and I don't have any ability to be able to do that right now. Maybe in a couple of days, but I'm out of start, so I don't really want to speed up. I don't really want to speed up the one that I have going right now because I can't start another one. Frustrating. T1 assignments are a little bit frustrating. I think kind of get spoiled with the